Shirtless Joe up there, and it's probably too warm for Shirtless Joe. In the middle of the winter, it's dark, pitch black. This guy walks around without a shirt on.
Oh my gosh.
Just a t-shirt.
Does he have any skin left?
He does. You know, it's 20. He's acclimated to 20 degrees below zero.
I guess your body does that, right? I mean, you can get used to that a little bit.
I mean, I don't know what he's using as an elixir, but something's helping him out.
Wow, okay.
should
From
sell
the
it.
inside.
You should sell it.
There you go.
All right, let's take a look at #1, and we're going to take a look at the #1 video of the day, and it is a city bus that was trapped in a hole caused by a water main break in Tempe, Arizona this morning. Let's take a look at that video if we can. I don't think I've seen this one yet.
I haven't seen it either,
I haven't
so
seen it.
This is,
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Don't know if it was weather related that caused the
well, water
That's a
main,
bus.
the
water
kind
main.
of power that comes out of that pipe you're talking, I mean, it's going to gut everything underneath
Right.
it.
That is a bad commute day.
Yeah, that's bad.
When your ride to work is then swallowed by the road.
Oh my.
Was anybody on that bus?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we don't really know.
all the
that's on.
passengers were able to get off the bus. There were people on the bus, no injuries. So
That's what we like to hear.
And that's why, you know, we tell people not to drive through flooded roads or ponding like that.
Yeah, and you know what? As long as we have this up, get ready for those kind of scenes in the Southwest over the weekend.
Yeah,
all right?
that's right.
We've got a Norbert, which is now a hurricane coming north. It is going to produce potential flash flooding. And this far out even, the National Hurricane Center is already talking about, they wrote this in the discussion, life-threatening flood potential.
Yeah.
And though a water main break isn't necessarily because of the rain, these things are overtaxed now because they are getting more and more water through the system. So if there was a weakness, what's coming isn't going to help that.
No. And it depends on where the rain is, too. We could go from sunny skies to this huge arroyo or wash filling up with water.
So now what we want to do is something behind you guys. We saw this today. Sean, our weather producer, helped to pick out some of these pictures from the satellite. And this is from a certain point of the day. We have a couple of different areas, but first let's take a look at this, guys.
Let's see it. We have to please turn to the wall behind you. Oh, this was the little mesoscale convective vortex.
Right.
Little mesolo.
Yeah. So
looks like maybe a tropical system,
Go for it, Jim.
doesn't it?
yeah, here it is right in through here. And you know what? You have to watch these things because they get over the Gulf of Mexico. And if they're still bubbling, we can actually get a tropical system.
It's a warm core system.
So it's warm core. So thunderstorms kind of pooling together. They could start as 1 or 2 clusters, then all of a sudden they pool together, and you wound up, you know, obviously with tunnel rising air motion, pressure lowers,
all that latent
and you
heat
wind up with a
release.
spin underneath. So that's a mesoscale convective vortex, or what's left of it here. We got to watch these because sometimes they move over the water and develop.
And also that you can actually, you know, see them for a couple days, stick around for a couple days, and
Jim,
produce storms.
Look at this behind you.
Oh, that's awesome.
We are off the west coast here. This is Guadalupe Island. The airflow around the island, which is predominantly from the north, is creating these eddies.
Yeah.
It's like a rock in a stream, too, isn't it?
Exactly what it is. I mean, this is what happens with the water.
Right.
This is what happens to wind around buildings as well, in stadiums.
Right.
So really amazing. And look at this. You also have the sinking air coming over the island and create, you know, basically you lose the clouds completely.
Right.
And then you've got some low-level flow coming off of Mexico in the other direction, too.
The eddy actually, it splits. There's 2 eddies. So they're going in different directions, almost like a little set of eyeballs.
They do go both ways, anticyclonic and cyclonic.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's
we're moving again.
All right, we're heading up to Southern California now.
And it's interesting, you can get regular ocean eddies in that area too. So, you know, you got the clouds, you get the ocean ones too.
Yeah, this is, you know, you have cold water down and through here, warm air flowing over the top of that. You got a stable layer, just like Forbes talking about today. This is essentially what's happening in the plains and why we get thunderstorms in Minneapolis, because you've got a stable layer going on.
That marine layer is fighting so hard to get back into San Francisco Bay.
Well, it was here in the morning. You can see it, right? There it is in the morning inland. Strong heating of the land mixes the air out. That's gone, but not strong enough over the water to break the inversion.
All right, we have to go to break, and Jim's going to be back with the tropical update next.
We can't.
You smell the cheese in the air?
I do. I thought there was a lot of cheese on the Cheesy Pub chicken sandwich, but you clearly went all out here.
Well, 'tis the cheesin', my friend. If not now, then when? You know?
Well, maybe never, but...
In case I haven't already said it, cheesin's greetings.
You said it 3 times already, but thank you. I'll take it again, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Doesn't get cheddar than this.
Cheese it up with the Cheesy Pub chicken sandwich and save room for creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you Sonic.
They're back for their biggest season yet. An all-new season of Prospectors, coming in December on the Weather Channel.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far inside a hurricane.
It's just total chaos.
If you think you've seen it all, look again.
You've got to be kidding me.
A new original series, Hurricane 360, Mondays at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 76. Chance of rain 50%. Thursday, scattered thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
When I had my first migraine, I was lucky. That sounds crazy, I know, but my mom got migraines, so she knew this would help. Excedrin migraine starts to relieve my pain in 30 minutes, plus sensitivity to light, sound, even nausea. Excedrin migraine works.
Makers of Excedrin migraine. #1 neurologist recommended.
You drop 40 grand on a new set of wheels, then wham, a minivan T-bones you. Guess what? Your insurance company will only give you $37,000 to replace it. Depreciation, they claim. How can my car depreciate before its first oil change, you ask? Maybe the better question is, why do you have that insurance company?
With Liberty Mutual New Car Replacement, we'll replace the full value of your car. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Introducing Savings Catcher from Walmart. It compares prices to top stores in your area. If there's a lower advertised price, Walmart will give you the difference on an e-gift card.
Oh, money! Every penny counts.
Yep. Go to walmart.com/savingscatcher and enter your receipt.
Lowe's presents how to install a new washing machine with one finger.
Maybe a little more that way.
When you compare the top speed of DSL from the phone company with the top speed of Comcast Business Internet, well, there's really no comparison. Why pay more for less? Call today for a low price on speeds up to 150 megabits per second and find out more about our 2-year price guarantee. Comcast Business, built for business.
What happens to your internet when everybody's online at once?
It's very frustrating.
Run into bandwidth issues.
Xfinity delivers the fastest and most reliable in-home Wi-Fi. I bet we can have all 3 of these guys on their devices and download our favorite HD show. You're going to be impressed.
Ever seen something download that fast?
Everyone can be on their devices all at the same time.
So, flipping fast.
Get the fastest in-home Wi-Fi with Xfinity Internet. You can't get that with Uverse. Or get started for $19.99 a month for a year. See for yourself. Call 855-215-FAST today.
8109. Call today and make the switch to the AARP Auto Insurance Program from the Hartford.
They're back for their biggest season yet. An all-new season of Prospectors, coming in December on the Weather Channel.
Right now, it is time for the Weather IQ question. Name the hurricane that made landfall along eastern Florida on September 3rd, 1979. Was it Donna, David, was it Debbie, or Isabel? 1979,
I'll give
September
you a
3rd.
hint. It was one of the Ds.
One of the Ds, and we have already had a D storm this year.
We have.
So
we
there's a
had
hint.
Dolly, but that was Donna.
That was Donna.
Right?
David.
Was it David? Was it David or Donna? I think it was Donna. But anyway, this was a storm, Chris, that was a monster. I mean, it came across the Dominican Republic as a Category 5, all right? And if it had not hit the Dominican and weakened, I mean, it could have pulverized Florida and been a lot worse. So the islands once again helping us out there. We've already got Norbert, which, by the way, is our 9th hurricane, I believe, in the Eastern Pacific. And so we have had a very, very active season there. That's the new advisory for us at 5 o'clock here this evening. 75 miles an hour. There it is right there. Pressure's at 986 estimated. Moving to the west-northwest at 8 miles per hour. So it's actually moving away from land. It's had a pretty wild ride. It's been moving northeast, then north, almost a little west-southwest, actually this morning. And now it continues to work its way on off toward the west. All right, yeah. Move that away. Let's get that right out of there. Thank you for going camera full on that. I just love that chalkboard. I could have done the whole update on the chalkboard. See, Chris, aren't you glad you're out here for these, buddy?
Good for something.
So there's the 75. It continues to, again, just it's been on a wild ride, and now it's going to make its way on off toward the northwest as we go on in time. But again, we got our 9th hurricane of what has been a very busy Eastern Pacific season. I think Lowry, he said it's the 3rd busiest, actually, on record.
Really?
I think the 3rd busiest. So that's pretty awesome. This storm, as all of them do, are going to weaken as it makes its way on off toward the northwest, just like this. There's 75 miles an hour, going down to 50 by the time we roll into Sunday. But that's not what I want you to focus in on. The moisture with this is going to continue to funnel up through the Gulf of California, up through Northern Mexico, and into the southwest. So this is going to be a flood situation potentially developing here. Life-threatening flooding is what they're calling, though, for the potential from the National Weather Service. Now, even though we've got a hurricane, we still have tropical storm warnings out. The big question is, where is it going to be? Here or here? All right, if it's there, you have a much better chance of getting the hurricane conditions. Right now, confidence is it's going to be a little bit farther offshore, so you'll probably only see tropical storm conditions, but that could change. We'll see what happens in time. Here's the forecast as we work our way on in time, and there you can see Norbert. And granted, I don't like to use these high-resolution models, but this has done a nice job initializing it. It does a pretty good job with moving it, and as you can see, this one actually takes it a lot closer to land. So we may actually have a situation, Chris, where we've got tropical storm warnings over here, and then they turn into hurricane warnings, depending, on which side of the island are you at and how close you're going to be toward that center. So either way, if you're in the southern and central Baja, expect adverse weather. Expect weather to go downhill as we work our way on through the next 24 hours or so. All right, so here's Norbert. Models all of a sudden take this off toward the west. A lot of them pretty much on the same track, eventually turning it into southern California. It won't be a hurricane or a tropical storm at this point. It may be a remnant low actually coming in, which is pretty unique. That rarely happens, but the moisture is what I want everybody to focus in on, because that's going to be in place and that's going to be squeezing out some showers. Here's the American model today, and it did this morning as well. It brought this entity north and then turned it right into Southern California. So it brings it up, brings about 1,005 millibar low right into San Diego, and there it is into Southern California. But now all this moisture is in place. We've got moisture from Dolly. We've got moisture now from Norbert as well, and you've got showers and thunderstorms through Monday afternoon, through Tuesday afternoon, and possibly in toward Wednesday as well. Here's the European model, and you can see on Monday it's still offshore. So there's a little bit of a difference now in the model solutions.
Even if it's offshore, is a chance moisture will still get in, right?
Yes. Okay. It's still coming in. Yeah. It's still coming in. So the moisture is going to be there regardless of where the actual entity remains in time. As a matter of fact, you can already see some of the outskirts of this moisture right in through here. Deepest is going to be with the tropical entity or the remnants itself. It's already pulling north. It'll continue to pull north. It's pretty much on a course, if you will, now for the southwest. And here you can see the deepest tropical moisture is actually with the tropical entity itself. But watch what happens in time. Comes right up through the Gulf of California, into Southern California, into Southern Arizona. Very, very deep moisture in through here. Looks like Vegas as well as Phoenix will all be into this as well as we work our way into Monday and Tuesday. Starting to thin out a little bit as we get toward Wednesday. But either way, the damage could be done. Here's a look at the American model forecast for precipitation. Looks like, again, some of these areas 5 to 8 inches possibly. And remember, Chris, most of the annual rainfall here is anywhere from 1 to 4.5 inches.
Do you double or triple that?
That's what that's saying.
All right, Jim, thank you very much for that. We're going to be right back with a look at the areas that we're watching for severe weather tonight. But first, your local on the 8th.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 76. Chance of rain 50%. Thursday, scattered thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Mark Elliott here with you at the Weather Channel. And a couple of areas that we're still following for you tonight. We start here across the northern tier. A lot of this rain and thunderstorm activity is racing out ahead of the upper level support, so the tornado threat not as high. That said, reports of golf ball size hail just outside of the Meenan area. Burnett and Washburn, you are under this severe thunderstorm warning for another 15 minutes. A lot of lightning here as well, and every single lightning stroke is severe. So take these storms carefully. Lots of this real-time lightning being reported. Cloud to ground strokes. And of course, through the rest of tonight, it is that swath across the northern tier with the best chance of seeing severe weather, mostly in the form of wind and some hail. Now, in the southeast, we've had popcorn storms firing up throughout the day. A lot of lightning with these as well, especially on the east side of Atlanta, but another batch has shown up just outside Atlanta to the west. And these storms really aren't moving fast or far, so flash flood warnings continuing for Banks, Hall, and Jackson counties. Stay with the Weather Channel. Weather Caught on Camera starts right now on Survivor Week.
Get ready to take a trip to the extreme.
Ready? It's going to be epic.
Where unbelievable and deadly conditions can occur in a flash.
The absolute power of Mother Nature to do what it wants, when it wants.
Ordinary people caught in extraordinary situations.
The thought that I might die crossed my mind.
A skier races an avalanche to the edge of a cliff.
Then I turned around, and it was just this gigantic snow waterfall.
Fishing crews battle to stay afloat.
I thought that we were going to witness something horrible.
A hang glider frantically struggles to avert a lethal crash.
I have to figure out, what am I going to do? How am I not going to die?
And a team of storm chasers who get more than they bargained for.
Oh my gosh, this is a monster.
When the storm they're chasing starts chasing them.
It started to come right for us.
Hold on, brothers. Hold on.
Shocking stories of survival.
And it looked like a scene from a disaster movie.
And incredible weather caught on camera.
Oh my gosh, the people have kind of panicked.
Seconds could mean the difference between life or death for a daredevil skier as he races an avalanche to the edge of a cliff.
And I just turned around to look at what the snow was doing, and then I just saw Goliath coming down. It was insane.
March 2011, Megève, France. Extreme sports fanatic Matthias Giroux has traveled to the resort town for a little skiing, a sport he took up as a child.
I realized that I really wanted to pursue skiing when I was maybe about 12 years old. It's nothing better than flying down the mountain and flying through the air.
But Matthias grew restless with conventional skiing and pursued a modified version of the sport.
Then I started skydiving and base jumping, and then next thing I knew, I could just ski off 300-foot cliffs and have no impact and just fly away. It was just beautiful.
Matthias, along with his friend Stefan Lode, are planning to base jump